Well, I'll start off my video by telling you it was a very hot day today. We had a heat advisory and it was 104 degrees, not much of a breeze. And I hadn't watered my garden for 2 days, but I did deep water it last time I watered it and it fared really good. So let's take a look at the garden. Here's my squash. Lots of blooms. Looks like male blooms though. Not seeing any female blooms there. Anyhow, it's doing pretty good. Over here's my other zucchini. And it's doing okay. It's got a little zucchini on it. Something I tried and I read on the internet was that I was getting a lot of pucker on the leaves of my Anaheim peppers. I'm gonna take this net off one way or another here. Alright, see how these leaves are puckering? And I was told that the most likely cause is that they're being overwatered. So I haven't watered these in 2 days. Okay, and I'm hoping it'll do the trick. I'm going to keep an eye on them. Okay, but having the soil dry out certainly hasn't hurt any. Okay, let's put this back. I made this cage big enough to hold 3 buckets. Looks like it's doing the job. Now let's go over here and take a look at the bean plants. I've gotten beans from these plants, almost all of them. Okay, and you can see they're flowering like crazy, and I keep getting a handful of beans just about every day from my 6 pots of green beans, Blue Lake green beans. And the Swiss chard, we've harvested some of that, and it's doing pretty good too. Shot of the bean plants. This is my yellow squash, and it looks like it's got yellow leaves. Look at the little bees. This certainly does attract them. And I hope they're here to fertilize the plant as well as drink the water, because they're in there. Thirsty little bees. There's some more bean plants I got. This seems to be the biggest producer. I've gotten more beans from this plant than all the others. It's really doing good. This one, I've gotten beans off of it too. This plant here with the puckered leaves, nothing yet. I hope it comes out of it. I think it might. Okay. And over here's my squash. Lots of blooms on it. And my other yellow squash. This is growing pretty good. Can't complain. It's not as big as a zucchini squash plant, but it's doing alright. It's holding its own, and it looks like I see some blooms in there towards the center, right in here. Now let's take a look over here. This is my bean plant that's producing beans right now. I'm getting quite a few beans off of this plant, and it's a climber. And I didn't realize that one of the plants here was a climber. So I let it climb. And it's about 5 feet up now. 5 feet up and getting full sun. Okay. But you can see that it's got lots of blooms on it. And if each one of those blooms ends up being a bean, man, look at those little beans there. Yeah. Look at those little beans there. You can see them. It just might be loaded with beans here soon. And my squash, it's doing good. I've had to trim some of the leaves off the squash because they turn yellow. This one over here is starting to go yellow, but it's still got something in it. And over here's the black-eyed Susans. They must be getting close to blooming because I'm looking at the inside of the plant here, and looks like it could be a bloom. Okay, this one over here, possibly the same. You know, these things have little fuzzy leaves on them. They're fun to feel. Feels like velvet. And look at my tomatoes. They've gone crazy. They're not climbers. It doesn't appear that they're climbing tomatoes, but they're potted bush tomatoes. And I'm going to have to spread them out. Maybe tomorrow, spread them out. But I kind of wanted to give them a little bit of shade with the arbor that I have here. Let me show you the arbor. Okay. There's the arbor. I want to go look at the zinnias. Let's go take a look at the zinnias here. Take a little detour. Beautiful. Look at that, huh? All from seed. All from seed. And I'd call that one pink or red. Over here is a yellow, white zinnia. And look at all the buds on this thing. It's got buds all over it. This thing's getting really ready to break out. And here's a pink one. Yep. Oh, this is beautiful over here. This one's fluorescent. Look at that. It's like a fluorescent red. And my wife's out here and she's going to pick these because I asked her to. I'm not good at picking zinnias. And my Swiss chard, well, I'll tell you what, it's coming up. Look at that, huh? I'm proud of it. Swiss chard. It was planted late May actually, and the seeds are coming up. So I'm going to have 2 more buckets of Swiss chard. And I like the Swiss chard. It tastes like spinach when you cook it up if you pick it young. Very happy with it. Look at this zucchini, huh? Coming in real good. Yep. There's one that looks like it didn't get fertilized right there. Well, this zucchini plant has given us several zucchini already. It's probably tired by now. Needs to recoup. But, and it's understandable. I've taken some of the leaves off that have yellowed. And here's more tomato plants in the back. And they're blooming too. If I could just get the fruit to stick and hold in this hot weather, I'd have it made. Okay? But again, I think I'm going to have to spread these tomato plants out a little bit because they're getting a little bit crowded. And that's where we're at right now. And here's Here's an interesting setup. My wife, she says she knows how to deal with this. I personally don't, but we got us a flowering zinnia plant living in a bucket of Swiss chard. Okay, and it looks like it might be taking some of the nutrients away from the Swiss chard, but I keep it well fertilized. We'll see what happens, but I got a feeling it's going to outgrow the cage that's covering it right now. So let's put this back. But you know what, it's been so hot you can't really do much out here right now. I had to come in out of the heat because I was about ready to faint. Here's some more bees. They really like this bucket. This is their favorite bucket. They get in there and have plenty to drink. It's just amazing. And I wonder if they're truly honeybees. I don't know if they're honeybees or killer bees, but I'm going to guess they're honeybees because they haven't attacked me or shown any aggression towards me. So good for them. I'm glad they're here. They can have all they want to drink. Yep. And here's something interesting. It's this trumpet vine. Look at this trumpet vine. It's got blooms that kind of closed up from the heat, but I think it's going to open up tomorrow. And up here too, you can see them all over. They produce a beautiful flower. Let's take a look on the inside here where they're growing. Right here's a good example. Orange trumpet vine flowers, and the hummingbirds love them. Okay, that much I can say for sure. And there's some more right up in there, if you can spot them. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to tell you a little bit what I did. I fertilized these plants today, and I'm going to show you what kind of fertilizer I used. I use this Expert Garden tomato and vegetable garden plant food, and it's got the 12-10-5, and it's bought this at Walmart, and it seems to do the job. And I fertilized the plants today with this and watered them, of course, and I think it's going to give them a little kick, get them going. I wanted to show you the oleanders, how pretty they are. They're blooming right now. I think it's June the 4th, and it's quite nice. We have morning glories here, growing up and over and down. So we're going to have morning glories, and it's going to be covering this bar, this grill that we have, because we have a swamp cooler. We let our house vent through this window, so we decided to put bars in it. But let's take a look at the rest of the yard. There's some more oleanders, very pretty, flowery, in the middle of the desert. In the first part of summer. So, you know, it's about 8 o'clock. It's probably too dark to videotape, but it's the only time I can get out, and I'm still sweating. Right now I'm sweating. There's some more. So the white oleanders are blooming. It's that time of the year. They look good and healthy. I fertilized them. And over here, we actually got some zinnias coming up out in the yard. Bare soil though, okay? It's not in a pot, it's just bare soil. And there's some black-eyed Susans over there, okay? And they came up on their own too. It's amazing. I thought we were in an arroyo. I thought this was all caliche. I didn't think anything would grow back here, but it has. And over here is a cactus that blew down in the wind. It just flopped right over. You can see where it broke off. And there's another one. Either that or someone tried to come down the hill. But this is prickly pear cactus. Guess you can eat it, but it's not for me. And my bird bath. A place for the birds to drink their water. Well, that kind of sums up my garden today on June the 4th. Tomorrow's supposed to be even hotter. They said 107. I hope all goes well with the garden, and maybe it'll cool off some and we'll get some rain, but I think that's wishful thinking. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.